Liz Harrington joins us now. Liz, it's good to have you on the program.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Liz is the staff writer for the Washington Free Beacon, and there is a fantastic piece of information that Senator Tom Coburn puts out every year called the Waste Book. Describe for folks what's inside the Waste Book.
Sure. Like you said, every year Tom Coburn puts together the most outrageous, wasteful spending examples that him and his staff can find. And it's a list of 100 things. This year's list tops over $30 billion in really kind of head-scratching examples of government waste.
Give me a couple of the examples, please.
Yeah, sure. Well, there's a $150,000 zombie video game to get kids to learn how to do math. There's the Obamacare rollout is a big part of it, $319 million for the website, $60 million on advertising, and some of these ads don't even mention insurance in the ads, and they're just very strange. We have some of the really strange ones are $384,000 for a study of duck penises, and then you have another study, $15,000, that was trying to see if you could use human urine as a fertilizer.
Wonderful. All of that. Yeah. And listen, I remember that William Proxmire used to come up with his Golden Fleece Award. And every once in a while there'd be one of these that had a reasonable explanation, studying potato bugs. And the farmers would say, yeah, but that's really important because it has an effect on agriculture and that sort of thing. But zombie games to teach kids math, and the inventory manager at the Denver Museum of Miniatures, Dolls, and Toys, for goodness sake.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. If you actually go on their website, the Denver Museum of Miniatures, it's very creepy. I mean, you have these. I mean, who wants to go to these museums with these creepy dolls? But they got, $40-some thousand to hire a staff member for this, small little museum in Denver. I mean, I think the Denver taxpayers could subsidize it if they wanted to, but the federal government's paying for it.
See, and I'm sitting here broadcasting from the state of Oregon. I tell people we have our studios in Portland, Oregon, which is a state full of liberals and a very small number of embattled conservatives. And we've been watching those crazy ads that they've been running for what we call Cover Up Oregon. It's actually Cover Oregon. They're the goofiest ads you've ever seen. They're like sort of like a cross between something Andy Warhol would have done and called it art,
right,
and maybe I don't know. It's a hippie types playing guitar while all kinds of crazy pictures go on behind them. And a lot of us, when we first started seeing them, said, what's that an ad for? Because you're right. It never mentions health care. It never mentions signing up. And the words of the song are something like, we fly with our own wings, blah, blah, blah. And I've become good and sick of that ad already. They spent $28 million on that ad campaign.
Yeah, it's amazing. That one ad in particular, I linked to it in the piece. This company, North Inc., made this ad, and the Waste Book describes it as featuring what appears to be Gumby riding on the Beatles' Yellow Submarine. So that's a pretty good explanation of what you're seeing there. But, yeah, we paid for this. And the kicker here, too, is the workplace, as of November 30th, had enrolled 44 people.
Yeah,
so obviously the money's not well spent.
And by the way, the website cost, for everybody who was excited about the $600 million they spent on the federal website, Oregon spent half that amount of money, $300 million. And as you say, it has officially enrolled 44 people. And at this point, the website doesn't work. And nobody knows when it will work because they've had, a whole cluster of geeks with pocket protectors working on it for the last 2.5 months. And originally, when it crashed and burned on October 1st and didn't work, they said, well, it'll be working by the 1st of November. And then it was the 1st of December. And then after that, they stopped making ETA estimates for when it was going to start working.
Right. No, yeah, I mean, it's amazing, and we're talking about, so they're spending all this money on websites that don't work, and then they're spending even more money to promote the websites that don't work. And some of the other things they're doing to promote it, they hired an Elvis impersonator in Colorado for their exchange, and they're holding whiskey festivals to promote Obamacare. It's really amazing, the stuff you find in this report.
Well, at least, Liz, if they had a whiskey festival, I could enjoy that part of it, even if I knew that it was wasted federal money. But I still am not in favor of these things. And the last one that I wanted to mention, $616,000 for a documentary called Love Between the Covers.
Yes, this is part of nearly $1 million that the National Endowment of the Humanities received to promote romance novels. So they made this documentary. They have a website. They have a traveling exhibit, all on. It's like $1 billion industry for romance novels.
Unbelievable. Like they don't sell enough of those already. Liz, it is a pleasure, as always, to have you on the show and for the work you do at the Washington Free Beacon.